They're convinced that I exist, but they don't believe that I exist.
Yeah, how do you like that for an opening? Not bad. I want to thank the group, the Paradox Twin. They are actually an actual real group that has actual real albums. My friend Danny is the lead singer for that group, and he actually wrote that song, one of two songs he wrote specifically for the Non-Sequitur Show and for my channel. That is called Non-Seq-Prophecy is the name of that tune. Now, I have some good news, I have some bad news. So first things first, my GPU is running exceptionally hot. It's going in and out. Right now, it's actually okay. I don't think they're going to be able to do a full stream. However, we are going to at least try to get the information out there, what I plan to do for this particular show, Atheological Aholes. I do have a special guest with me today. His name is Benjamin, or Ben Watkins. He is the host of the Real Atheology podcast. That's how you pronounce it. And he was nice enough to kind of join me because we were going to talk about atheology and we were talking about atheism and have people call in. But I don't know if my CPU is going to be handling this particular stream, so we're gonna see what happens here. Right now, it's actually okay. So Ben, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome, buddy.
Thank you for having me,
dude. First of all, I love your stuff. You know that, right? You know
yes.
I do. Okay, so I'm a huge fan. I think that you are one of the few people out there that actually promote atheism in a very articulate, intelligible, reasonable manner. You understand the topic. You like philosophy. I'm not mistaken. You're working on your PhD?
I'm not currently working on a PhD. I just had a kid, and so,
congratulations. Yes.
That's taking up the majority of my time, but I do still have my graduate degree on the table. As one of these days, I'm going to finish it. My undergraduate degree is actually in engineering, and so I've been a nuclear engineer for the past 10 years.
Yeah, I remember that. We went through the same schooling.
Yes.
And that's how odd is that? So check this out, guys. And by the way, I apologize for his camera. He had to go in a different location, so you only see me right now, but I have a spot for him. But we both went through nuke school, and we both got interested in philosophy. Is that pretty cool?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure you can attest to this. My engineering peers kind of, when I tell them I'm into philosophy, they kind of roll their eyes and they're like, "You're into what? What are you going to do with that?" And so it's uncommon to find someone that is balanced in both the humanities and the sciences. But when you do meet someone that is, you're just like, oh wow, we're instant friends.
Yeah, well, those kind of people seem to be the ones that are most reasonable and rational, that recognize that, look, we all like science. You and I are big science people. We love biology. We love evolutionary theory and physics and maths and things of that nature. Not that I'm exceptionally good at them. It's just something I have an interest in. But we also realize that to guide those things, it requires some kind of philosophical consideration, some kind of physical modeling, just like scientific modeling. And I think what happens is you get these atheist shows out there, like the Atheist Experience, which is losing a lot from their platform, I think, that put out this strange notion that it's all science. It's pure scientism, which is actually a real word, that the only way we can acquire knowledge is through science. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And I think it really hobbles people, even in their scientific inquiry, because they're not understanding the importance of philosophy and science. It's critical to science. You cannot have science without philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Daniel Dennett actually has a quote that I like. He says that there's no such thing as philosophy-free science, only science whose philosophical assumptions have been taken on uncritically. And I
I
think
would
he's
agree.
right. I
Yeah.
think philosophy is always um, how to think about the broader reasoning. And so, just like there's particular methods of science, chemistry, biology, physics, um, there's a philosophy of science. And so, the philosophy of science is going to underpin those broader considerations of reasoning, like what is evidence and what does it, you know, take for something to be a good hypothesis or to be justified in thinking that an evidence supports one theory more than another. And you just those just aren't scientific questions. Those
No,
are philosophical
philosophical. Yeah,
questions.
absolutely. I mean, it's philosophy that tells us what truth is, what facts are, what truth makers are, what truth conditions are. And so I absolutely agree. Now, my CPU did just jump up. So if it kicks me offline, I won't be coming back. So how about we just make this into more of a promo show? Because I think I'm going to get this fixed, and the next Sunday, have you back on. This will kind of be a little teaser to let people know what we're doing. And we'll find a day whenever you're available. And matter of fact, I'll even throw your name in the intro because I think we're going to probably be doing this as long as you have availability. I'm going to have you on because I love the way you talk about this stuff. And I think that when we get callers who probably are going to be more atheist, hopefully atheist, because other shows, they want theists to call in. No, we want atheists to call in. We want to explain to atheist arguments. Now, I'm not an atheist. He is. But he knows I'm agnostic. We're both non-believers. We both do not have a belief God exists.
We're both non-theists.
Yeah, we're not theists. We're both non-theists. Just he's a stronger form. He's an atheist. He believes there are no gods, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and I'm an agnostic, but we understand the nuances and the difference. I don't fault him for his position. He doesn't fault me for mine. And we both recognize they're both reasonable, rational positions. I would assume, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So my good friend Joe Schmidt of Majesty of Reason, he's an agnostic as well. So we've Ben Bavar, one of my co-hosts with Real Atheology, a Philosophy of Religion, he's an agnostic. So I certainly feel the camaraderie in a non-theist sense with other agnostics, and I also think it's a super interesting position. One that I'm at one point in my life, I adopted the label of agnostic. So,
And it definitely requires justification, just like any other position. Even Dr. Michael Martin noted that in Negative Atheism that to remain on the fence, it requires justification, and I think that of course is something we'll eventually talk about. But my CPU is at 100, so it's probably going to crash. So how about we do this, Ben? Tell people about your podcast, and I'm going to get this particular short little video out on Twitter, and people can spread the word that next Sunday, if you're available, whatever date we decide on, we'll have a call-in show. I'll have it fixed by then. And this will just be our little promo video to let people know about Atheological Aholes.
Awesome. So I am the host of Real Atheology, a Philosophy of a Religion podcast, where we explore questions in the philosophy of religion from non-theist perspectives. And so we like to interview philosophers. We like to discuss a lot of the latest literature that's being published in the philosophy of religion, and we like to debate other theists, atheists, agnostics on different topics, on big questions in the philosophy of religion. So what is atheology? So as far as our project goes, we consider atheology to be just the critique of natural theology. And so we don't extend our search for the divine beyond the natural world. The attitude of an atheologian is one of religious skepticism, in the sense